You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
I traveled halfway around the world to Marrakesh, Morocco, but I'm back home here in Little Rock. I brought home a piece of art, and I know just the place to get it framed. M2 Gallery in Selma. Let's go check it out. I am on the most incredible field trip today. I am at M2 Galleries in Selma. You might know this as a premier place to buy art, but did you also know that they have professional framing services? Yes, and it's epic. I'm joined by Mac Murphy, who is co-owner. Mac, great to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, well, I was in Marrakesh, Morocco,
Yes.
shopping the souk, which is their market.
Yep.
6,000 vendors all selling their wares, and I stopped upon a piece of art that I just fell in love with. So I rolled it up, traveled it all the way home, and brought it here for you to help me frame it. Can you help me?
Yes, I certainly can, and good job for keeping it intact on the travels.
What did I actually buy? I don't even know.
Yep. So, yes, you bought a painting, I guess. Did you meet the artist there, or were they selling various artists?
Correct.
We get a lot of paintings like this when people travel overseas. It's easy to roll up, throw in your suitcase, and bring back, and makes a good memory. So
Exactly.
Yep.
So a painting, it's on canvas.
Yes.
You frame these kinds of pieces of art. What else?
We frame anything and everything. So we do a lot of memory boxes for people, from jerseys to items that mean a lot to you, to artwork, to photography. We do printing in-house as well. And we frame any art that we sell here. So.
All right, well, today's segment is meant to really inspire you because we're making memories here.
Yep.
Also, I want you to see the magic of what a frame can do to a piece of art.
Yep.
Mac, we're going to take this to the next level.
Yes, most
Okay.
definitely. So a lot of times when people bring something in, it kind of, we start the dialogue by trying to figure out the person's style. But a lot of times people come in and say, I don't know, just show me what you can do. So a lot of different ways you could take this canvas. A lot of times with canvases, we will not frame them behind glass, but there are some situations where it will need to be behind glass. So when I'm pulling matting like this, this would be behind glass, so it would be one of those situations. But you can kind of see how even simple matting options like the red on top is really going to bring out that red tone there. And then, just by simply switching it out to putting the red on the bottom is going to really change the look of the whole piece.
All right, so hand me a piece of that matting.
Yeah.
Okay, so folks at home, this is what
Yeah.
Mac is calling matting, okay?
Yes.
It comes in different shapes, sizes, colors, and textures.
Yep.
And all you're doing is covering up one of the corners of the picture and trying to kind of get a visual
Right.
of what this is going to look like, and then adding the actual frame to it. All
Yes.
right.
Yep.
There you have it.
So that's kind of one option. And then a lot of times, most people are bringing canvases in, they're going to have them framed similar to this, which is a float frame. So the canvas, in this case, these paintings are on, this one's on panel here.
Okay.
But a float frame, just a simple float frame like this would go around the piece. So it would be stretched on stretcher bar to where you just see the image, and then it would be inside that float frame just like these are there. So it just provides a clean little line around the edge of the piece.
Okay, so what Mac is doing is actually just bending the canvas here, and he's going to attach some
It's
wood or backing,
wood
right?
strainer bar in behind, and then it would be stapled around the back of that, so it'd
Okay.
be stretched.
to give it a finished edge.
Yep.
All right, so that's a float frame.
Yep, and so there's all different styles of float frames. We do a lot of float frames in just kind of a basic black, which would also look good with this. Another option would be, again, stretching it like we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This would not be behind glass. And then coming in with a frame, along these lines. It's a little bit more of a modern, traditional frame. It's high gloss, lacquer white with a lacquer blue frame to the outside edge.
So Mac, what it looks like you're doing is taking two frames,
Yes.
and instead of stacking them,
Yep.
okay, instead of using this matting, you're
Right.
using the frame as the border and then highlighting it with a colored frame. Okay, spectacular.
Traditionally, what a lot of people see are linen liners. That's been done for centuries and centuries. So you would do a linen liner around the edge like that, which you could definitely do with this piece. It's just adding this as your liner per se takes it to kind of a more modern, contemporary level.
Okay. Fantastic.
So, and we get people, the simple float frame would be real minimal on your wall, but you could also bring this in and say, this is going to be the centerpiece of my dining room, or whatever it's going to be. So it needs to be more formal, it needs to be larger and more of a statement piece. So I pulled something like this. This is a dark olive wood frame, which looks great with the tones in the piece. And then what I did was I stacked an olive wood liner, fillet to the inside there. And then this is an oxidized metal frame that really picks up on those background tones well.
So folks at home, what's really happening here is that he has just made the scale, depth, and grandeur of my painting, multiplied it,
Yep.
steroid level.
Yep.
Okay, I love it.
It is a lot larger and more prominent now.
Yes. All right, so you've mentioned the glass. You've got two different types to choose from. Can you
Yes.
tell me the difference?
So basically, there's many different types, but our basic options that we go to mostly are conservation clear glass and museum glass. They'll both block 99% UV rays to protect your artwork over time, but the museum glass is the most anti-reflective glass. So if you've got windows that you're concerned about, if you've got light fixtures that you see reflecting in your glass, or if it's in a situation where you're walking, in a hall or you're walking straight toward things, if it doesn't have any anti-reflection on it, a lot of times you'll see yourself before you'll see the art. Okay. So the museum glass gives you the most true vision of the art that you have. So.
All right, if somebody wants to bring in a piece of art like
Yep.
I did from Marrakesh, or maybe
Yes.
just take it down off their wall and get re-inspired, what's the best process?
Just bring it in, and we just kind of. I really like getting to know people, getting to know their houses and their environments and things like that. If you have pictures of where it's going to hang, awesome. That gives me a really good feel for your style and where it's going to be and stuff like that. But if you just want to come in and let us do our thing and show us what it can be, we like that too. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Mac, you are so talented,
Thank
and
you.
I love that you support the arts here in Little Rock
Thank you.
and the statewide, really.
Yes, yep.
Really incredible. Well, thanks for taking the time.
All right, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about professional framing services here at M2 Gallery. I mean, it's really incredible, the options that are available to you. I invite you to maybe re-inspire a piece of art that's in your house, or get those pictures out from underneath the bed and bring them into Mac and let him make them magic. Now, speaking of Mac's magic, he's here to unveil the final fully framed piece he's been working on for me. You won't want to miss this reveal, so stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. After a recent trip across the globe, I brought back a one-of-a-kind piece of art to preserve those memories, and it needed a very special frame to complete the look. M2 Gallery is the largest art gallery in the state and offers fine art, printing, and custom framing. With hundreds of options, the M2 staff work with each client to find the perfect custom frame design. Here to explain more about what they do and their process is owner Mac Murphy. Mac, great to see you.
Good to see you as well.
And guess what? We have the final piece.
We do.
Ready to unveil at the end of this segment, so stick around. Well,
Yep.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Okay, so we just watched that whole package, kind of previewing your custom framing options. Let's break it down a little bit for people who are at home. Give them some ideas.
Okay. Well, essentially, if you have things on your walls at home that you want to redo, that, maybe your room's getting a little stale and stagnant, it's easy to change up an entire room by just changing out some framing of the art in the room. It's just an easy refresh. So.
Yeah, I mean, it really does bring the painting or picture or print to life.
Yes.
And what's really cool is that we talked a little bit about maybe people's personal pictures of their kids or their pets. What can you do for them?
Well, we also offer printing services at the gallery, but if you already have them, then yes, you can bring those in. A lot of times we create gallery walls for people as well. We help them kind of figure out, what sizes and what pictures to choose. So you can mix and match and create a big display on your wall of a lot of those, rather than them being stuck on your phone and not being seen.
So you actually help us kind of lay it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Well, again, I mean, a lot of us look at these things on Pinterest, or we look in magazines, and we're like, I could never do that. But we can kind of visualize that idea with you, and you'll help bring it to life.
I love puzzles. So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. That's what they all are, is just kind of creating, and a lot of times incorporating art into those walls, gives it more dimension and makes it more unique. So.
Definitely. What'd you bring in here? What'd you want to tour?
This is just one of our signs in the gallery here. We do a lot of letter cutouts and things. We also do a lot of lettering on mats and line work and things.
So you created this entire piece?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Fascinating. Yep. So if people have a personal phrase or maybe a family name, you can put it into this matting, cut it out for us, and then frame it?
Yep.
Oh, spectacular. Okay, folks, I mean, here is your holiday gift giving option for the person that's impossible to buy for.
Yep.
I mean, imagine how surprised and delighted they'd be getting something customized like this. And I don't know if Lo or Mason, if you can actually see this, but it's like a pink sparkle inlay here. I mean, this is exactly what Mac does. Yep. It is beyond what your imagination could create. Super different and unique, and something that you would be so proud to have in your home. Look at how cool this is on your screen. I mean, Mac did this from start to finish. Yep. So come to M2 and let him kind of get creative with you. Okay, so we've talked about the framing quite a bit, which I am a big believer in. I mean, your backdrop in that package, all the different framing options, like talk about a puzzle. But you also, of course, have beautiful art that you carry from artists across the state. Let's remind everybody about what a treasure it is to come in and tour M2 Gallery and shop.
We represent about 50 to 60 different local, national, and international artists at any given time. So when you come in, you're going to see a wide range of artwork. We've got the downstairs and the upstairs of the space we're in. We took over the upstairs in 2022, I guess, or 2021. Time's been flying. But yes, we've got a lot of great art in the space. So
yeah, I mean, it is such a treat. I mean, of course, go to our beautiful AMFA museum and take a tour. But when you come visit M2, it is like being in a museum.
Yep.
But you can buy it.
Yep. we do a lot with our artists as well. This piece here.
What'd you bring?
This is another framing example.
Oh wow. Okay.
This artist is a new artist at the gallery, Trace Travale, and he does these intricate collage pieces. And he also does these pieced together pottery pieces. So we tried to brainstorm a frame that would be appropriate for his pieces. And so we pieced together these custom frames for him out of different frames.
Oh my God, it's like art imitating art.
Yep.
All right, well, speaking of custom frames, if we can just move on over here for the big reveal, Mac, and tell everybody what you helped me choose for my piece of art. Okay,
so the frame that she ended up going with here is it's a modern interpretation of a classic frame. So it's got the scrolling, it's got the beadwork and everything in there that you would expect from a very traditional frame, but it's got this high gloss lacquer red finish that really brings out the deep red tones in this piece here and fits her vibe and her style.
Totally. I mean, this absolutely elevates this piece of art to a next level. You are never going to see something like this in anybody else's house, besides mine, of course, now. Or, of course, if you go to M2 Gallery and you shop, this high gloss lacquer finish is everything to me. And again, I love that ruby red. Super rich and regal and royal and appropriate for Morocco.
Yes, very much so.
All right, well, I feel like, if somebody wants to buy this for thousands of dollars, I'll go back to Marrakesh and we'll pick up more art. We'll together bring it into Mac. But in the meantime, this will be really making its debut in my home, and I can't wait to show it off.
Awesome.
Mac, it was so much fun. Thank you.
You did great. You did great picking it out.
Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
A big thank you to Mac for showing us the art of framing and all the incredible options to enhance our cherished pieces. If you're looking to elevate your own artwork, be sure to check out M2 Gallery off Main Street here in Little Rock, or visit their website at m2lr.com for more information. Now, stick around. We are shining a spotlight on the Arkansas Thoroughbred Retirement and Rehabilitation Foundation, dedicated to giving retired racehorses a second chance at life. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.